Alright, so today we're going to be going over a brand new upcoming title that we've not yet explored on the channel, and let me just say, the game's very different from our typical compendium of monster taming and or creature collecting games. Creatures of Ava is interesting in that it kind of loosely follows the monster taming genre, but most definitely would be considered a creature collector in that it's a self-described monster saver title where you essentially traverse the world as a nature explorer, saving monsters and people from some strange epidemic called the Withering, which seeks to bring destruction upon the land, and you have to sort of collect these monsters while you're doing this. The game features over 4 distinct ecosystems to explore and over 20 monsters that you can save from the aforementioned plague. Now, the monster count does seem to be kind of low for your typical adjacent experience, but that being said, it's important to remember that oftentimes it really is quality over quantity, so if these monsters are super intricate with a ton of unique animations and abilities, setting them apart from one another, this shouldn't really be a big deal even for hardcore monster collectors. Basically, the way the game works is that you have a flute that can kind of influence the monsters, and said monsters will be used for world traversal and other means as well. The game apparently will have a focus on non-aggressive combat, focusing more on the healing and balancing of nature as opposed to the typical brutal beatdowns we all enjoy. The Steam page also has an interesting passage here about how it'll play, and it says the following. Creatures of Ava is a game featuring a dense populated world of rich ecosystems filled with creatures that play a vital role in the planet's natural balance. It goes beyond traditional creature-related games, offering a deeper understanding and connection with the things you'll encounter on Ava. Once you've come to understand the true meaning of the infection, you will be challenged to step out of the human-centric point of view and learn about the real toll it takes to preserve the primal beauty at the very roots of Ava. After all, how can you save something you don't understand? I definitely think that there is a niche for this type of game where the focus isn't necessarily just beating on monsters and forcing them into combat. I've seen a few comments on this channel about people wanting games that involve the monsters a lot more, beyond them just being tools. So if that's your interest, this game might be something you want to check out. I definitely think it looks pretty interesting. I'll have to play it before I know whether or not it's my cup of tea, but it's coming out this year and is being published by the same studio that brought us the Thaumaturge, so there's that too. All in all, I see this game as being an interesting addition to the monster taming genre. It brings forth a nice visual style, it has a focus on a player-driven experience, and is supposed to have a dense world as well, so it'll be interesting to follow its development and eventually play it on release. All that being said, if you do want to stay up to date on the game, want to learn more about monster taming, or just want the latest monster taming news, definitely subscribe to the channel for daily monster taming content. Also, don't forget to check out my Twitter, Discord, Patreon channel memberships, and more linked below, and special thanks to our supporters, especially Jim Hamilton, Dro Ghost, Candy Morency, TragSoft, and Nemo, and I'll see you next time. Peace.